Jets.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Familiars. I hope everybody can hear me. We're getting much better with all of these technical issues each week, working out more and more kinks. We'd like to welcome everybody that we've got, knock on wood, with us tonight. We've got Alex, we've got Austin, we've got Annalise, we've got John, we've got Ben, and we have Brett Dalton joining us again for this evening's just awesomeness. So we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/thefamiliarsdnd.
Yes.
Head over there, and if you join up, we'll send you some cool stuff. Helps us keep all of the lights on and hire folks that know more about technical things than we do. Other than that, we're very happy that you're here. Thank you for watching. And if I'm not forgetting anything, group, is there something that I should be talking about that makes this more and more awesome? Oh, well, we've got people in the wrong places. So again, that's patreon.com at thefamiliarsdnd. I'm going to move this around so that we can get this ready to rock. Please enjoy these sick beats while we get everything into...
Whoa.
Everything into...
Whoa! Merging! They're merging!
Get out of my way.
Here's a story of a lovely lady.
Let's see if we've got... Did that screw it up over here? Oh, yeah! Oh, I love it. And can we thank Austin Durant for this amazing overlay and Annalise Lawson for these amazing new backgrounds, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So good.
I have a plug. If
Plug
you
away.
would like one of these backgrounds for your computer or your Zoom screen or any old
Good
thing,
luck.
you can sign up to Patreon and we can set you up with that kind of stuff. And depending on how you sign up, I can even make you one just for you.
Whoa.
Okay.
Like
Custom.
I'll take two.
Like it.
Work.
That's awesome. You're awesome, Annalise. Everybody here is awesome, and everybody out there is awesome. Shall we play some Dungeons and Dragons together, like friends?
I suppose. We're all here.
All right.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, I would like us all to settle in and talk about what happened last time on The Familiars. So, the group has been trying to save the villagers of Nightstone after the settlement was victim to a cloud giant attack, boulders raining down, destroying buildings, and everyone fled. The group followed the trail of the fleeing villagers to a cave deep in the Ardeep forest. And in the forest, they had met Albranthier, a wood elf guardian of the woods who agreed to help the party if it meant bringing balance back to his home. He led the group to the caves, but after a botched investigation, the party found themselves fleeing from ogres and goblins. Albranthier fell to the ogres, heroically standing his ground to give the party a little extra time to escape. But in the moment of his death, time stopped, and the woods seemed to reverberate with the voice of Albranthier, warning the group that times had changed. The giants were appearing all throughout Faerun, and the time was nigh to stick together and bring word of this menace to all who would listen. As the party distracted the ogres and successfully escaped, they ran headlong into an escaped villager from Nightstone, one Chester Heyman. Chester showed them another entrance to the cave that was just a small opening with a gentle stream coming out of it, and that is where he had escaped. They spent the night outside the cave. Chester and Chowder bonded over whittling, and they took their rest. Chowder noticed goblin patrols, but the party stayed successfully hidden. Now, at first light, Chowder and Worthy, the only members of the party with dark vision, crept inside the entrance with the aid of an invisibility spell cast by one PeeWee. Once inside, they encountered Sniggbat, a lowly member of the goblins' crew, but who seemed to be intent on speaking with the party. possibly making some kind of deal. Chowder and Worthy stayed invisible long enough to see Sniggbat's superiors violently chastise the goblin, ordering her back to her post. We pick up with Chowder and Worthy squeezing out of the cave and back into daylight.
Worthy. I have to say, what that Sniggbat fellow was saying is pretty compelling.
I have to agree with that.
Good amount of grumpy people in the cave, as we know, and someone on the inside could prevent anything getting overly dramatic.
Listen, if we can get a goblin on our side, I say we do. Let's tell the others.
All right, gang, circle up, ladies and gentlemen, and Rooster. So, our reconnaissance is complete. Inside the cave, we found a trio of patrolling goblins and the little runt of the litter, Sniggbat, wants to cut a deal. Now, we stayed quiet, invisible. Thank you, PeeWee.
Wait,
but
are
I think...
are they still invisible?
Oh, wait! Oh, PeeWee!
Who's
Where
talking?
are you?
Who's talking?
This is crazy. I can hear you, Captain, but I cannot see you.
Oh, PeeWee, a little help. Or I pinch myself. I hurt myself to... I slap myself.
Worthy just jumps off of the captain's piggyback.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, down you go. Oh, that felt good having a little person climbing on my back. Anyway, all right. So what do we think, gang?
What was the deal?
Well, I stayed quiet. I wanted to keep up the subterfuge.
He didn't get into specifics. It didn't get into specifics. I don't know, it's a goblin. The goblin didn't get into specifics, but did say that magic might help.
What do we need to give him?
Well, I think we need to talk to him. We need to get a message to him. Maybe he can meet us out here at under cover of darkness, or when the guards are changing shift. I want to talk to this boy or girl or rooster or goblin. Let's see. What's the best way to do this? Need to get back.
Why don't you ask your new best friend Chester? Maybe he knows.
Rooster, that's a great idea. Chester, do you have any thoughts on this, old buddy? I'll bet you do.
It would be nice if I did. Now would be the perfect time to tell you, but I don't. Gosh. Sniggbat is his name, right? That's what you said?
Yes, Sniggbat. Yes. Do you remember a guard, maybe with the heart of gold, named Sniggbat? Does he remember?
Me? No, I think that was after I left the cave.
I understand.
Yes.
Yes. Worthy, I have a question for you, or anyone who's sneaky among us.
Wow, what are you after, Captain? Are you saying we should sneak back in there?
I wonder if you maybe you cast make someone else invisible, the sneakiest of us. They quietly waltz in, find Sniggbat, and just leave them with a little note. Say, meet us at midnight outside the stream hole that we've been using.
Now listen, I've got a question.
Yes.
Someone told Sniggbat to go back to Sniggbat's station, right?
Right.
So we can assume, perhaps, that Sniggbat might patrol at some point? Do we even need to go into the caves? Can we leave something for a patrol to find if they left the caves? I'm really keen on not getting hit by another ogre.
Yes, I agree. Just need to make sure that he'll be the one to see it. Would hate for one of the other guards to find a note like this.
Oh, Captain, when you were keeping watch last night, you said you saw a couple goblin crew come out and do their rounds. Were they going one by one or two by two?
It's the damnedest thing. I just can't. It feels like it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2.
Yes.
It was. Yes. Yeah, it was 2. I remember.
Well, I think Worthy's on to something. I say.
Did I recognize Sniggbat as one of those 2 when I was inside?
You remember that you saw a patrol of goblins that you didn't recognize. And then just as day broke, you saw Sniggbat. Now you recognize a Sniggbat peek out of the cave.
Okay.
Alone.
Yes. Well, I do remember him crawling out of the cave alone, peeking around in the middle of the night. Yes, let's try this tonight and see if that works before we risk going back in there again. Agreed?
Say we wait. We don't leave a note. We wait, invisible, stand guard. If this goblin's the one to come out, we approach it. If not, we stay silent.
I like this.
And what was this Sniggbat after?
Well,
power, control, women, money.
Well, the
treasure.
the terms were vague, but I figure in this case, if it's one of these goblins versus 6 of us, home field advantage. I think it's worth a risk to see if he's true to his word.
Listen, it doesn't seem to have a lot of friends in the rest of the goblin group. I mean, they just demolished this goblin to get him back to his post. It was not nice.
Poor bastard. He took a real verbal lashing.
A physical one as well.
I'm sure. Well, knowing goblins, I'm sure they're very, very just brutal with the poor bastard. Let's stand guard and wait tonight. We'll gather our strength. It's the morning, right?
It is midday. I'll say it's mid-morning. You guys got up at first light, decided what you wanted to do, and spent a little bit of time in the cave.
All right.
Will we be safe here until then? Seems kind of like we're sitting ducks at the moment. Yes?
That's a good question. Is there any... Do we have like good vantage to see anything coming? It feels like it'd be tough to ambush us in our current spot. Do I have that right?
Right now, I have it that you guys are having this conversation outside of the cave, and I'm imagining that heads are on a swivel right now. There doesn't seem to be any sort of goblin patrols around while you guys talk. If you guys were to move back into the woods around where you were camping last night, there's a lot of tree cover. You could feel fairly certain with solid rolls that you would not be detected.
Okay. All right, gang. Let's what say we let's take it back a bit into the thick brush, the wood, the bush, and let's take the day. The day is yours. Keep a low profile, and we'll spring the plan tonight. Any thoughts, objections?
Maybe we should have buddy system where 2 best friends hang out. I would like to
All right. Everybody team up with their best friend.
Okay. Get
Says,
Chester.
I'm on Rooster.
Oh, I saw you. I kind of felt this was happening. I've noticed how close I'm standing to you. Just naturally. Magnetic.
And well, I guess if everyone's already teamed up, I'll.
Oh, you can team up with Doo-Doo. Doo-Doo, over to PeeWee.
Doo-Doo.
I have a little
Doo-Doo
business
lands
I'd
on
like
your-
to take care of.
On your shoulder right now, Thibodeau.
Oh. Hi there, Doo-Doo.
Starts licking the side of his face.
Oh, come on now. Knock it off. Quit it.
Great.
Doo-Doo.
You guys all move back
That's a do-don't.
to find.
Not bad. I roar laughter. Oh, Chester!
As you guys make your way into the woods. PeeWee, did you want to do something different?
Well, I just wanted to find myself a nice little quiet little circle in the woods and cast a little ritual.
Great. So I'll say that everybody moves back to a place where you guys feel relatively safe and in cover. There are some rocky outcroppings that you see probably about 100 feet away from the entrance to the cave that you all post up behind. PeeWee, you make your way a couple dozen feet away from the group. Are you still in sight, or are you trying to move out of sight?
I'm looking for cover, someplace where I could sit for like an hour and 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Great. You find a beautiful little clearing that is just a bit northeast from where the rest of the group is. And it's well out of sight of the entrance to the cave. And you sit down and begin your ritual. Everybody else, I'd like you to roll. Well, let me see. What are you guys trying to do? You're trying to stay behind these rocks and just watch to see if there's a pattern to any kind of patrols, to see if someone comes out. Are you waiting for Sniggbat?
I think we're just waiting for the dark, for the sun to set and
Right.
for it to get dark.
Okay.
And so just
Fantastic.
keeping it quiet, keeping away, and just kind of killing the day.
Okay. So I'll say that you guys moved far enough away that you feel fairly confident that you will stay out of sight and fairly quiet. Everyone except for Thibodeau, we're going to roll one perception check for the whole day until it gets to nighttime.
Uh-huh.
We've got Captain Chowder with an 11. We've got Worthy with a 9. We've got Chester, 22. Fantastic.
Nice.
Worthy, you keep, and Rooster coming in with that 15, solid roll.
Thanks.
Worthy, you spend the better part of the day trying your best to keep an eye out, but something distracts you. Something is on your mind that you keep finding yourself unable to focus. You start berating yourself a little bit, but you don't feel that you've been a positive member of the perception check team, as it were. Chowder, your blossoming friendship with Chester warms your glowing chest and reminds you of all of the people that you've met since you left town so long ago, and how, for the most part, if you give folk time and patience, they will begin to find connection with you. Rooster, on point. You are remembering the escape from the cave and how harrowing that was. And you feel surprised at your feelings of protection for this group. But you have your head on a swivel. And Chester, you go quiet. And memories of Nightstone and everyone that you know there, and how everyone has given you such a glorious second chance, inspires you to keep a solid watch out for any kind of danger. Luckily, the day passes, and there are no goblin patrols the entire day. Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what's going on in your clearing.
So I got into this clearing, and I sat down, and I reached into my bindle and pulled out this old book I picked up at a swap meet, old spell book. And in it, there was a ritual called Find a Familiar. And I pulled out a little bit of incense I picked up somewhere and lit it in a little clay pot with a piece of cheese that was in with my ration kit. And it took me about an hour or two to get through the ritual, but when I did, from out the cave, that direction, anyway, come this little rat. He crawled up and sat on my shoulder and looked at me just as nice, and I said, "I know you." And he whispered to me, and then he crawled back into my bindle, and there he sits.
Great. After about an hour, you make your way back to the group, and everyone is...
Chowder remarks, "It smells like patchouli and Colby Jack."
Actually,
What is that?
Gruyere, actually.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. You want to come out and say hi? And this little rat comes out, sits on my shoulder, and looks over at Chowder with intelligent eyes.
Well, hello there, little fella. What's your handle?
That's Gruyere.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Dudu, who's been with you the entire time, Thibodeau, and genially eyeing Gruyere, now flies back and lands on Chowder's shoulder.
So,
Yep.
what'd y'all see?
All clear so far.
So a lot of people making lots of friends. Some of them are animals, some are human. Must be nice. That's what I saw.
Got some whittling done.
Got some whittling done. Sort of leveled up my friendship.
Just when we think it couldn't get much higher.
Oh, that's great.
We came up with some sweet handshakes.
Oh,
It's kind of between us.
Yeah.
cool.
He
That's
and I
so-
know.
Cool
So
team
nice
names.
for you guys. Oh,
Captain Chowder.
I call him Chesty.
Chester. Chow chow.
Great.
Who knows the time?
And it's at this point that you guys feel time passing, and we find ourselves, as the sun's setting, an uneventful day with 0 goblin patrols outside the mouth of the cave, a couple 100 feet back for safety.
Kind of a lazy day.
Yeah, like a nice. It's oh gosh.
Almost like a long rest kind of day, huh?
I will say yes.
I feel great.
Go ahead and click that long rest button on your character sheet.
Sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely spent
Good
8 hours
call.
chilling.
Didn't
not
we
doing
just
much of
didn't we
anything.
rest right before?
Well, we're extra super rested.
And
Yeah, but
Thibodeau
I lost one of my level 2 spells.
Oh, snap. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I feel good.
yeah.
Uh,
What would you guys like to do?
Kill some stuff.
all right, Worthy. Do you want to, should we post up by the hole? Sniggbat comes out, we'll bring him back to camp. Have a chat.
What was his name?
Sniggbat.
There
Cute
we
little
go.
fella.
I can help out if you want. I'm not feeling like I need to rest.
How's your dog vision, Chesty?
Pretty good, actually.
Is it?
It really.
You don't have dark
Perception's
vision.
pretty good.
Yeah. I love that Chester just talks up his ability to see in the dark.
Well, next time. Next time, Chow Chow.
Yeah, we're keeping it incognito this time, Chesty.
Ooh, yes.
You understand.
You can hang out with me.
Rooster, please.
Yeah.
All right.
Go
Or take a
sharpen my
short rest.
warhammer.
Either way.
It's
No.
So shall we?
All right, PeeWee, do your stuff.
Bye, Worthy. Have fun, friend. Good luck to you, Worthy. Best
Chow,
good
chow,
friends.
chow.
Worthy, worthy.
Chow, chow, chow.
War. Oh,
Because-
hey, have fun.
Why are you being weird?
I love you.
I don't.
Okay, that hurts.
As you guys are
Bye.
moving towards the mouth of the cave.
What do you think, Worthy? Should we get a touch of invisibility? How do we like that?
I'd say it's worth our while.
PeeWee, hit me.
I reach out and I touch Captain Chowder.
Yep.
And he just goes invisible.
Great.
Hi,
Where-
Worthy.
Where are you? And Worthy
Oh,
just
I
kinda
got-
starts groping.
He's
And
under my hand.
I
got
grab
a
her.
hand
I
on
grab
him.
her hand. All right.
Right. Worthy kind of slings once again both arms around Chowder and shimmies up to a piggyback position.
Great.
And then before we head to the mouth of the cave or the back door of the cave, I take out one of my little snappy boomerangs, toss it over to Rooster, and say, "Hey, keep an eye on this for me while I'm gone, will you?" And then head.
Great.
And I take a little piece of bread and give it to I go, and Gruyere comes out and takes it, and I point over to Captain Chowder, and he hops off and crawls up the invisible leg of Captain Chowder,
Oh,
and I say,
What? What?
if they get in any trouble, you come back and tell us, okay?
all right. Oh, we've got a stowaway, Worthy, but don't worry, he's adorable.
Oh, Lord.
Great.
All right.
You guys head into the caves.
So they can go in about 100 feet, I think, before
Yep.
I lose contact with.
Yep. You guys head into the caves once again.
Into the caves. I think we want to post up right out at the.
Thank you.
At the outlet.
Okay, you guys are right outside. Do I know the plan? I thought you guys were going back in. You guys are posting right up outside.
So we'd like to wait to see if Sniggbat comes out to look around again, and then to say, "Hey, buddy, let's cut a deal."
Okay.
And then bring him back to the camp to talk to him.
You guys.
But we want to wait before
you.
venturing in. Yeah.
So you guys, invisible, wait outside the mouth of the cave. Both of you make a perception check. We've got Captain Chowder with a 7, Worthy with a 4.
Can I see through my familiar?
Sure thing. So you,
Oh shit.
anyone near Thibodeau sees his eyes go back, and Thibodeau now can't see himself but now sees through the eyes of his familiar. Now, I don't have the stats up or
Rat
your
stats.
rat stats. I have general rat stats. I'm going to say perception is probably. I'm going to give you a. Oh, wait.
General rat stats is a good
I'm going to
one.
give you advantage if you use. You can either
My favorite
listen
album.
and get a +2,
Okay.
or you can smell and you get advantage.
Ooh, that's awesome. I want to smell.
Okay, go ahead.
Roll perception.
Correct.
Just a D20.
Yeah, D20, and add
But with
advantage.
twice for advantage. Or...
Okay.
16.
16. Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. Thibodeau. This is the first time that you have really gone inside the perceptive abilities of your familiar, and the entire world just goes totally multicolored. It's strange. Your sight isn't as good as maybe yours is, but you can see smells. It's like they float through the air, these different colors. And you take a big whiff of anything that's coming out of the cave. And first thing that hits you is just the rancid smell of rot and decay and must. But then you smell something different. Fear. You smell the unmistakable odor of fear. You can choose whether to stay within your familiar or to come out.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay in.
Okay.
At this point, Chester asks, "What the hell is happening?"
And Rooster
Rooster?
says, "Oh, it looks like PeeWee's not here anymore. It's just us two buddies."
Yeah, my pupils are just white, and I can't hear any of it. I just
He's
smell.
on his own.
Rooster begins to
You
move
and me.
closer and
Yeah.
closer to Chester. Chowder and Worthy, what are you guys feeling? Right now, you've waited, I'd say, a couple minutes. And there doesn't seem to be any...
do we hear anything? Does it sound like it? Would we be able to hear a patrol, like like steps or something inside, like something coming from where we're standing?
With those perception rolls, I'm going to say that the stream, it has become a bit louder, and it's just harder to hear what might be going on inside the cave from where you're standing.
All right. Well, I think we're waiting.
Okay. You
We're
wait.
gonna give it a good night to see if
All right.
we can avoid going in.
I would like to lean over, still holding onto Chowder's back, but just lean over and see if I can peer down the tunnel we were in and see anything further
With your dark vision.
with my
Right.
dark vision. I sort of blink, blop, blop, and my eyes, which are normally totally black, get this odd shimmer like an oil slick moving across the surface.
You look in,
Mm.
and I'll say that that's where you, Worthy, are waiting.
Mhm.
You don't see any kind of movement at first. The two of you wait another few minutes. Those minutes turn into an hour, another hour. Rooster has moved very close to Chester with Thibodeau, his eyes rolled back in his head. The better part of a night passes. Worthy, you feel yourself beginning to nod off and wake yourself back up. Nod off, wake yourself back up. And it's one of these moments where you almost fall asleep, and then there's a dream logic that kind of takes over, and you register that there's movement in the cave. 2 beings dragging a third, and then you wake up and you look in and you see that there are 2 goblins dragging a third larger being through the part of the cave that you were in. You see them pass by and then gone. It's the middle of the night. Chowder's up against the wall, listening in. Everybody else is far back.
Does my familiar catch any of that?
That smell becomes overpowering.
And you know, after hours of being in this trance, I just like come to, and I start like slowly finding my way over to the it's dark now, and I am trying to find the entrance of the cave from you know, the spot I was hiding in.
There's a bit of moonlight, and you can find your way through the underbrush and the trees. Rooster, Chester, you guys see Thibodeau just wake up and start moving towards the cave. Are you guys hanging back, or are you moving with him?
I say, thank you, Chester, for explaining to me that the way that you make friends is by asking questions about them and not trying to put yourself onto them. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that, Chester.
I say, hey,
Thank
you two, we got trouble in the cave. It's time to go.
You feel that we have trouble in the cave, Thibodeau?
And I say, I don't know what's going on. I gotta get up to the captain. And
let me help you.
Like grope.
What?
Worthy
Don't grow.
leans down
Thank you.
to Captain
Thank you.
Chowder's
Yeah,
ear.
we just
and
had a conversation about friendship. Asking questions and not groping, I would say, would be
Right.
maybe the 2.
As you guys move
Well, like,
consensually forward towards the cave. And Thibodeau, you come up to Chowder and Worthy. Worthy standing stock still. I'll say that you filled Chowder in on what you saw, and Worthy and Chowder, you see your 3 compatriots approach.
I'm signaling, go back, wait.
They're moving
wrong.
forward.
Something's very, very wrong.
I'm saying stop.
I say,
Just like stop.
I slide off of Chowder's back and instantly reappear. I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
they can't see me.
listen,
What?
something's very, very wrong in there.
I
There's
could smell it.
something- I saw 2 goblins dragging something bigger, and I don't know what, but it certainly wasn't an ogre. It might have been a villager. Now, if you have your heart set on this, I think we have to act.
I think it's time to do a little bit of the canary in the coal mine here and just send my familiar in, and he'll reconnoiter and we'll take ground behind him.
Behind who?
From Gruyere.
The rat. Haven't you been listening?
No, I have. But what's he gonna do? He doesn't speak rat. Do goblins speak rat?
No, but I can tell what's going. I don't know how to explain it. I can smell what's going on, Captain.
Well, oh, yeah, all right.
And then I take another little piece of bread out of my bindle, and then the rat jumps off of of Captain Chowder, and comes back over and takes the little crumb of bread, and then darts further into the cave.
Great.
About 100 feet or so.
And
see if you can follow that smell.
all of you see Thibodeau. Are you going inside?
Yeah, I want to go under.
You see Thibodeau. Eyes go back. As
Whoa!
Here it goes again.
the as Gruyere moves in. Gruyere is crawling along the rocky ground and finds their way into, with darkvision, the larger room that Captain Chowder and Worthy were in, and trying to avoid Sniggbat when Sniggbat was making their plea. And you hear sound coming from the north. You look, and there's a pathway going to the north that leads to a larger room on the other end of it. You see the backs of two figures at the end of this passageway. I'm assuming you're going in and following them?
Yeah, as long as the coast is clear, I'm just gonna try to stay, at sort of the end of my. Well, no, I can't really move, right? When I'm in this trance, right?
You have 100 feet range on this?
I have 100 feet, so I can connect.
You can get to the
and
edge. You can get to the edge of this room.
Mm-hmm.
You probably couldn't go in. That's going to be the full range of your spell.
Okay.
All right. So, you move in slowly, and now make a stealth check. And roll a d20, and it's +2.
Oh, I'm rolling for the rat?
Yes.
Yeah, Thibodeau himself is going inside? No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I was
No.
confused.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Sorry. Let me roll that again then. 13.
15.
Okay.
Pretty stealthy.
Yeah.
Well, it's a rat, right? I mean, would they care about a rat anyway? It's a rat.
Might try to eat it, catch it for food.
Do you like rats in your cave?
I mean,
If you
no,
were-
but I'm not a goblin. We're a goblin. I'd go, this is where it's at. Yeah.
Gruyere
How it feels like I'm
Comes
alone.
with the territory.
Yeah.
moves in down the hallway. And as you approach, you can hear the unmistakable voices of goblins. One in particular. There is this goblin's voice that comes through with immense authority and seems to be giving a speech of some sort. You move in feeling fairly confident in your ability to stay quiet and stealth, and you look in and you can see 4 goblins, 3 of them listening to this larger goblin that seems to be the leader of the pack, covered in scars, holding a scimitar in one hand that is cracked in places and rusted, but still looks like it could do an immense amount of damage. And behind this larger goblin, you see rats, but they're much bigger than you. They seem to be the size of large dogs. And they are eating something.
Sniggbat.
You look around and see that one of the goblins is Sniggbat. Sniggbat is to the back, listening as this goblin boss gives direction.
You have failed me for the last time. I told you to kill it. I told you to kill it. How dare you come back to me empty-handed? This is the last time I will put up with such a failure. Throw this one in the back with the others. And make your way to where the organism lives and finish it off. No!
And at that, you see 2 of the goblins move with this, and you see it now, this body of what looks to be a human, male, 40s, unconscious, a roundish fellow with these salt and pepper hair, as they pull him past the rats and throw him into the back of the cave. There seems to be a smaller cavern room towards the back.
We don't recognize this person?
Thibodeau, no, you don't. And then you see through Grier's eyes, these two goblins move towards the entrance. One of them they are very distracted, they look terrified. And one of them looks over at Sniggbat and says, "You think you're staying in here? Get over here!" And Sniggbat kind of slinks over and joins them as they move down, stepping over you. Let's see what Sniggbat does. Does Sniggbat see you? No. They step over you and move down the hall and past that room that you were in into the larger room that Worthy and Chowder saw in the beginning, with all of the stalagmites and ogres and things. Hark, the boss, turns to his retinue of giant rats, and you see him kick one of them, and that rat skitters off to the side. And then you see this fellow move towards the back room and just stop. And you can't tell what he's doing, but he just looks to be looking at this fellow who's been thrown back there. Anything else you want to do here?
The dead thing that's been thrown back there? The dead person?
Make a perception check. I have to double check the stats for your rat. I don't think it's a +2. I think it's a straight roll. You get advantage
I have advantage on perception through smell.
Through smell.
But yeah.
But this is a different thing. I just want you to make a straight perception roll.
So just roll a d20.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know if they were alive or dead.
Is that fear smell still in the air?
Roll that one again. Yeah, you can do that one with advantage.
Does that tell us if he's alive or dead, though? Because wouldn't the fear be there? Oh, if he was alive. It's good one.
Hard to tell.
No fear.
There's just such a pungent smell of rat and goblin in this room. It's really hard to tell.
So I think like while this was all going on, so I can still speak, right?
Yep.
As
Yep.
Thibodeau.
The
I'm
group
like
is
relating like Cliff's notes through this trance that I'm in.
Also, while you're still like convulsing and stuff, like, two of them. Oh.
Yeah, it's like, one dead body. Hark, goblin leader, large rats. Like that whole story is related in that way.
Worthy, you're looking in still, and you see the three goblins move through the space past the far entrance of where you are.
They're headed towards the ogre, where the ogres were.
Worthy, you tap Chowder. Chowder, you look in and see the same thing.
Something's happening in there.
And there's Sniggbat. What do we do?
I'm not going back into that cave with those ogres.
We should wait. He'll come out again. I have faith.
I don't know, you guys. I think we should go in and smash some stuff.
Well,
Rooster's bored, man. Can't do nothing cool.
Oh, I understand.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but those ogres are going to have to eat again soon, and I saw what they're feeding them. Now, Chester, Worthy, Captain Chowder, Rooster.
Yeah.
We got to do something. We can't lose another one of them.
And if the three just left, like nobody's told me yet, what? Did anyone see anything interesting through the cave? Maybe
3 goblins crossed.
Thibodeau was telling us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he kind of Rooster. I guess Rooster would understand very small sentences with just words. I feel like that makes sense. Wondering if. Okay. Yep. No, you go.
I want to send Dudu in with a note for Sniggbat.
But does he read?
Oh, does he read?
I feel like we're really obsessed with Sniggbat now, and the 3 goblins just left, so it's like not as many, so we could like be so sneaky. I can't be sneaky, but other people could be sneaky.
Is Sniggbat one of the 3 goblins?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got
Plus a bunch, but it's not just the 3. There's a bunch of rats. There's the big.
Yeah.
There's the big guy. Oh, and we don't know how big or small this.
Rats.
I want to get these guys out if we can.
Could someone go like, help, help? And then I'll be right above the door with my axe.
Worthy
See where your head's at.
says, "Oh, I can." And I cast the thaumaturgy cantrip.
Wait. Okay, great. Let's do that. Wait, no.
And you do what, Woody?
You do want to?
I have a question.
What do you do?
Okay.
Worthy, describe what you're doing.
I sort of lean back and prepare to cast the thaumaturgy cantrip, which involves speaking some sacred words.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm making a bold choice. The secret words that I speak temporarily, my voice booms up to 3 times as loud, and I cast my voice high and speak in oh my goodness, sorry. What do goblins speak? It's like 2 a.m. here. I don't know what they speak.
Goblanic?
And what language are you speaking?
Goblantic.
Okay, I speak in common. Screw that. I speak in common. I throw my voice very high and I say, "Oh, help! We've been wandering through these woods for ever so long. I do wish that we had a nice place to rest our head. Me and these 13 children, totally unarmed."
Reverberates through the woods and into the cave.
I pull out my crossbow and knock an arrow.
All right.
I ready my axe right above the thing.
Rooster, I see you coming up right next to the cave with your axe ready to rock. Thibodeau, I see you crouched behind some underbrush with your crossbow at the ready.
I cast minor illusion, and I put like a little school teacher at the end of the head of the tunnel.
Nice.
and then position just like back, just so that you can't see me coming out.
I think that minor illusion needs to be 5 feet. So
she's on her knees.
Excellent.
Or like tying. Yeah, she's like tying a shoe or like
tying her shoe.
She just fell or something. She's like, "Help! I'm in distress."
Okay.
It's like she's crawling.
Great.
I scooch back to the side of the cave mouth like this, and take out a scrap of parchment with something written on it in Infernal, speak some sacred words, make a sound, it goes, and then a glimmering shield of faith descends over me.
Oh. Nice.
You wait. Eventually, you see a figure moving slowly out from the tunnel and stop. Anyone with dark vision, you can see them stop halfway through. John, go ahead and roll a perception check. You're going to roll a straight d20. I'll tell you what the modifier is. Oh.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take the first one. Hark. You see a human woman on her knees, looking incredibly distressed. You can't quite place how this woman made such a loud noise, but there are no school children. Everyone, let's see, Thibodeau, Worthy, and Chowder make stealth checks.
Is Hark in the stream? You can't be in this tunnel without standing in the stream, right?
Correct.
I cast shape water to freeze the water around his feet.
Great. Shape water. The water freezes. Hark, immediately you look down and you can see the ice begin to form and come at you all around your feet, and I don't believe that it can restrain anyone. Can you read me the spell description?
Oh, how deep is the water? It's frozen water. What do you
Yes. Spell description.
You choose an area of water, 5 foot cube, and then the one I'm wanting to get into is you freeze the water, provided that there are no creatures in it. Oh, fuck.
And it freezes. You stand up, and immediately there is frozen water on you. I'm going to have everybody roll initiative. Which we already
Still
did.
slippery.
So,
Still slippery.
Hark, go ahead and roll some initiative for me. Force of habit. And then we've got a 14, and here we are in combat. So we are in the we are outside the cave. Hark, you are inside the cave. There's ice beneath you, and you look up, and I think shape water, I don't know if it's concentration, so your minor illusion might still be up. Okay?
Let's see. Shape water is instantaneous.
Instantaneous, and I'm not seeing concentration, okay? So right now, you have Worthy is up first in the initiative order, and you just saw Captain Chowder cast this spell, and you heard some kind of sound of surprise from within the tunnel. You look inside, and there is Hark, this very sturdy-looking goblin boss. Behind him, you see rats just start
Rat army?
come behind him. And quickly,
Why
Worthy,
don't we run?
you see 7 of them behind him. What would you like to do?
How far away are they?
60 feet, Hark's 30.
There's like a bottleneck though, right? They can't all charge us. Don't they all have
Correct.
to go through?
It's pretty skinny,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
All right. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Okay, it's one creature. Okay, I put a hand out in front of me, speak a sacred word, and cast Guiding Bolt. A flash of light spirals out of my hand and streaks towards Harp.
Is that a spell attack?
That is a spell attack.
Roll attack.
Nice.
Is going to hit Hark. This beam of energy streaks out and hits you square in the chest. It burns like something terrible. Roll damage.
It's 4d6, so.
Oh, shit.
Hark.
Wow.
This thing just
Hark's dead.
erupts onto your chest, skin flying left and right. You scream out in pain and anger, taking 17 points of damage.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
Good job.
And wait, do they have?
nice.
Can
do
I
they
add
have
something?
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta add something to this. When this light starts to dissipate, Harp is still surrounded by a glittering field, which means that the next attack on him will have advantage.
Yes.
Excellent. Fantastic spell.
Whoa.
Worthy, excellent turn. Hark, it's your turn. You are in searing
What a
pain.
day.
You are bloodied, which means that you have lost
Oh.
more than half of your hit points. You look back to see your rats behind you, and you look back further and see your goblins coming quickly down the from inside the cave. What would you like to do?
Who is closest to me? Who can I see?
You see Worthy, you see the
Most
school
easily.
teacher, you don't see Thibodeau, and you don't see Rooster. Captain Chowder, I think that you sort of moved out to cast that spell, so I'm going to say you can see Worthy and Captain Chowder
about
outside
Chester?
the cave.
And I
I did
think
see the
I'm
water.
hiding.
Yeah.
Chester,
Yeah. Okay. So
I have
I'm
you
hiding
in my
behind a rock.
imagination. Yeah, behind a rock, somewhere close to
Because
Thibodeau.
we didn't vote on this.
No.
And all of a sudden, this happened.
Says Chester to Rooster. Hark,
This
it's
is
your
a
turn.
friendship, not a
What would you like to do?
democracy.
I would like to take my weapon and I'm gonna attack the school teacher because that's
Yes.
the
Great.
first person that I saw.
You
He's
a
rush
witch.
out and
Damn.
you screen out of this tunnel. Take your scimitar out and slash out. Roll attack.
Is there any effect with ice? Being on ice, like running on that? Oh, all right.
Let's go, man.
Difficult
Yeah.
terrain. Difficult terrain.
You
Guess not.
slip on the ice. And try to get your scimitar out, and it just sort of sticks in your belt. And
Yes.
it's now that you're really starting to feel the pain, but you still manage to get it out and swing wide of the school teacher, and it slams down into the ground next to her. But it's at that point that you look up, and you can see that there's a shimmer on this, and the school teacher is not moving. You then realize that this is an illusion. That is going to be the end of your turn. Now, anyone else who's looking inside this cave can see one by one these giant rats begin to run after their master one by one. And at the end of their turn, what's their movement speed? Great. At the end of their turn, they dash all the way down the tunnel, and you can see their heads and bodies begin to start to pour out of this cave mouth. All right, Worthy and Chowder,
shit.
I'm going to put you guys about 30 feet back, but Rooster, go ahead and make I took it that you readied an action, that anything coming out of the cave, you were going to attack. Actually, you'd attack Hark. So go ahead and make an attack roll with your weapon.
Yes.
And do it
And
with
with
advantage,
advantage, right?
because you were
Yeah.
hiding.
Oh my gosh, this is so sneaky.
And wait, is there double
what about the
advantage
guiding-
because
yeah.
And-
guiding bolt is still in
right.
effect?
There's no such thing.
Rerolls.
Great. You guys are
Rerolls.
doing some fantastic D&D, but advantage caps it too. It doesn't double up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I think you're going to be okay.
Warhammer. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Warhammer. 9 with 6, so 15.
Bruh.
And then roll it again.
And 15.
You swing down. Park, at the last minute, you look up and see this gargantuan dragonborn swinging down, and you jump to the side. It lands on the ground next to you. Now,
Brutal.
you at this moment see these rats just start to spill out Rooster, and that's going to be the end of your turn unless you want to move.
Damn. Yes,
Okay, great.
I do want to move.
Great. Where
I
would you like
want to move back up on top of the tunnel. I want to
You want to climb up on
grab
top?
it and climb back up.
Okay. You begin to scramble. Make an athletics check.
Oh, I'd love to. Skills. Acrobatics, athletics. Here we go.
Athletics.
Balls and
You try to scramble up,
Ugh.
and the rocks begin to come out of the wall, and you fall
too strong.
back. And now I'm going to say that you are prone right next to these rats.
No.
Oh.
Oh no.
PeeWee, you see Rooster try to scamper up this wall to maybe try to get some purchase on the top above these rats, and then fall. Falls down onto the ground. The rats turn and look at her. What are them, Rooster?
them.
Apologies.
What is Rooster doing?
What would you like to do, PeeWee?
I look towards the rats that are like balled and knotted up into this awful looking thing, and I say, "Peekaboo, I see you," and I shoot this like light from my hands, and all the creatures in that mouth of the cave in like a 20-foot cube are outlined in light,
Great.
and I casting fairy fire.
Excellent. And that means that any creature, when the spell is cast, if they fail a dexterity saving throw, then attack rolls against them have advantage. So
Right.
they're going to go ahead and make that roll. Your spell save DC is a 13. I'm going to
13.
say that as a group, they all fail. They just
Yes.
all become outlined, and anybody trying to hit them is going to have a much easier time. Chester, right next to Thibodeau, as he stands up and says peekaboo, you peek over this rock and you see... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna cast. I was gonna give Rooster a little bardic inspiration.
Great. Is there any kind of form that's going to take in the moment?
It comes out in a song. I say, "Get up, little buddy. You're done. You're not done yet." And you've got like a D6 now
Rooster,
that you can roll.
you're having a hard day. These rats are right up on you, and they also started glowing, which makes you feel both good and bad. But off in the distance, you hear this mellifluous tune float into your ear and make it straight to your heart as you feel like you
Get up,
have a
little
D6.
buddy. Get up. Pick up that warhammer and fuck them rats up.
Nice.
You feel a little better. Chester, it's your turn. What would you like to do? You're about 30 feet away from these rats.
Great, that's within range of my short bow. That's the only thing I want to do.
Excellent.
I'm just going to attack, and then I'm going to crouch right back down. There's dragons, there's rats the size of dogs. I really don't want anything to do with any of this.
Go ahead and roll
Let's fuck some
attack.
shit up.
Stay in your comfort zone, Chesty.
Yep. Oh, I rolled damage. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We'll keep
Oh,
that damage roll if you hit.
Fair. And I'm going
Nice
to
little
do
damage roll.
on hit DC.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sorry, that's the one. Got the D&D does.
Nice.
That is
Make
going
it
to
go.
just hit. Park takes 7 points of damage. My God.
My
That
God.
first bit was 17 plus 7. Chester,
He did.
would you like to describe the killing blow on... Did you shoot a rat or did you shoot the goblin boss?
Let's see. So the first one who came out,
That was the goblin boss.
was
Yeah.
Clark. and he already took a swing, so let's do him.
I'm gonna go ahead with him.
Yes,
and
towards him.
Park, you look up at the last minute, and here comes an arrow that just thunk, hits you right between the eyes.
That's right.
You drop dead.
So much for that voice.
It was great while it lasted.
Yeah.
Throw out the whole backstory.
Dude, we had so much for Hark.
Had a costume.
Did you really?
Yes!
Kept a journal.
You guys kill all of John's characters. Every single
I'm
one
so-
has
so
been
sorry.
annihilated by this party. Chester, excellent shot. You duck back down behind the rock.
That's correct.
And
movement.
Chowder, you're up.
Does he? I did have one question about like sneak attack there.
That would have been sneak attack.
Can he?
With
can he
advantage?
like move that over to another target?
No,
Or
you
no?
can't. Yeah,
No.
and you would have shot with advantage, but you hit him, and he's dead. You were about to sort of do it
Just
again,
let-
but you
he's-
just felt
yeah.
so confident that it just went
know
right
what?
through the eyes. Yeah, and it felt
Oh,
it
yeah.
felt good. He's dead. He's gone.
Should we be doing diplomacy more?
Chowder, you're up.
From you?
It's only one of the few threats. There's rats.
Let's see. Can I
gonna
see the
become
3 goblins inside? Or are they way back? Are they not in the picture?
I'm gonna say that with your dark vision, if you're like
Rats.
looking in, they are now inside the cave, about halfway back. They're about 60 feet away from you.
All right. All right. So I say to the rats, I'm going to deal with you in a minute. And I'm going to cast sleep using my second level slot
Great.
on these
Great.
little bastards.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll. How many dice is that for?
So that's going to
Determining their
be
hit
5d8, but for second slot, an additional 2d8. So 7d8
Great. Go ahead.
were the hit points. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. 37.
37.
oh,
Doing some quick math.
Wait, what?
I
So
was
this
told
isn't-
there wouldn't be any math.
how many advantages is that?
You
That's-
cast. What does it look like when you cast sleep?
This little, these little like speakers that come up from my shoulder, they pop up and they start doing a little lullaby, and a little like mobile like comes out of my head and starts spinning.
Great. And it's like a rotor speaker, so it's just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And this energy makes its way into the tunnel, and you see all of the goblins, all 3, just start to slowly stop running, and then just all 3 fall asleep.
Great. Oh, and Doodoo fall. It always makes Doodoo fall asleep. Doodoo immediately is curled up on my shoulder. I'm going to. I'm going to cast Twin Spell, or no, Quicken Spell with my Meta Magic, so I can do another spell as a bonus action, expending 2 sorcery points.
If it's a cantrip,
If it has 1 action, I don't think it needs to be.
you can't cast 2 spells in 1 turn unless 1 is a cantrip.
Really?
Sleep is a full action. Yeah.
Right. Twin spell. You can spend sorcery point. No, fuck. You can quicken spell. You can cast spell that has a casting time of 1 action. You can spend 2 sorcery points to change the casting time to 1 bonus action for this casting. Don't say anything about.
But that's
cantrips or
it's a general rule for D&D that you can't cast 2 spells in 1 turn. It's like 2 OP. So
Okay.
yeah, you could with that. Yeah, you could cast a spell as a bonus action
Okay,
and then do
I
something else
gotcha.
with your
All right.
action.
I'm gonna cast. All right. So I'm gonna do that, the quicken spell, and I'm gonna use it to cast Firebolt
Great.
at the closest rat with my Tides of Chaos.
Nice.
advantage.
Okay, great. Excellent. So go ahead and roll spell attack.
First one is 22. Second one, not as good.
Yeah, 22 is going to hit. Roll damage. 2 points of damage as a bolt of flame shoots across the space. The rat looks up and jumps to the side. It explodes next to it, but it singes its hair as you hear it sort of squeal and squeak out in pain. Anything else you want to do on your turn, Chowder?
Just back as far as I can.
Okay, great. You move back, and I'm going to say you jump back behind the rock that Thibodeau and Chester are behind.
Yes.
Okay?
That's what I would do. Yep.
Rooster, it's your turn. You see this.
No.
Worthy.
My turn?
Worthy, you're top of the round.
Oh, I thought Rooster already went.
Rooster had a readied action that happened
Okay.
prior to the beginning of combat, and now it is Rooster's full turn. So, Rooster...
DM,
Yeah.
do we see any of this? Those who are outside of the cave? Or this is
Oh,
all in-
yeah, I'm going to say that...
Or outside.
Yeah, everyone's...
I imagine we were standing outside.
And this is happening, like, at the mouth of the cave.
right, sorry.
You
Yeah.
didn't see
Gotcha.
the goblins fall, but these rats, as they're spilling out,
Yes.
you definitely saw Captain Chowder fire off this firebolt, and one of them go up in a little bit of flames right near you, Rooster.
Fantastic. Chester makes a joke. Looks like someone got fired. Moving on.
Great. We'll fix it in post. Rooster.
Rooster kills themselves.
Kills Rooster self.
Stupid that joke was.
Rooster was
Chester's
about to
just
like,
dead now.
hanging
And
before
just
a 5, which never happens.
pops that
with
pill,
Rooster.
just puts it under her tongue, and
Just
just says
goes, I
goodnight.
don't want to live anymore. Okay, so standing up is an action, right?
No, it just uses half of your
Great.
movement.
In
I
real
would like
life,
to
it
stand
is.
up.
Mm-hmm. So you stand up.
And then I would like to use my green breath weapon on as many rats as I can.
Excellent.
Yes.
I believe that's a dexterity saving throw. Can you remind me?
Yes, it is 2d6s and a constitution of 11.
Great.
Damage type is poison, range area is 15 feet.
They all fail. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes.
They all
Can I
take
add
damage? Oh,
Can I add
shit.
my 6, my bardic inspiration here? Or is that...
You could add it to, not to your saving throw. You can add it to a
Damage.
Is it
attack.
damage?
Not damage. No, not damage.
Oh, okay.
Damage.
Yeah.
You can't add it to damage?
You
Oh.
can't add it to damage. No.
5.
This just cone, I believe, of, well, not that sound. Not that sound.
The dog.
Flies out of
One
your
bark.
open mouth, Rooster. I always also imagine that you just like let out this huge roar as this just poisonous cloud careens out of you and envelops all of the rats. They all just scream and squeal in this like agonized, nauseated pain. The one that Chowder singed just falls over dead. And there are
Nice.
6 left, but they look like they are on their last legs. Is there anything else that you'd want to do?
No, I just want to stand there.
You just
Happy.
stand over them.
Just being like, patting my belly,
Yeah.
being like, oh, I had to get that out.
Worthy, you see this cloud envelop these rats, and one of them dies. There's 6 left, but the 6 left don't look like they have much life left in them. What would you like to do?
How far away from them am I?
Oh, I have you in my imagination still about 30 feet away from the opening of the cave, so I'll say about 30 feet.
Awesome. I'm going to dash 25 feet forward towards the rats, right by Rooster. Turn to Rooster and say, "This doesn't mean I like you." And then I pull out my holy amulet of Kelimvor, speak a holy word, and slam it into my chest and cast Word of Radiance. A slow and searing fire starts to build within me and then erupts all at once. Each rat has to do a Constitution saving throw.
They succeed.
Ah.
Do they take any damage?
Is there like half damage or anything?
No. There's no half damage.
You
It's a really cool
cast
thing
this
that I did.
spell and it explodes out of you, and the rats are just survivors, and they pop back up and scamper off just out of range of your incredibly cast spell. Frustrating, but sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you. PeeWee, you're up. 6 rats left at the mouth of the cave. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna fire crossbow at one of them.
Go ahead, roll attack.
Second. Is that coming through? Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
23 hits. Go ahead and roll some damage.
That's just on one rat, correct?
Yes.
That's
Flies through the air, lands into one of the rats, falls over dead. 5 left. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Okay.
No. That's
Great.
it.
Nice.
It is now the rat's turn.
Uh-oh.
Please.
The rats,
Oh, good.
you see, are squealing, screaming out in agony and pain, and they all turn to the body of Hark. And
Why did the music
begin
change, though?
to
Why did the music change?
devour him. You see
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
rat after rat after rat just ravenously begin to rip apart the body of Hark.
Oh, I'm gonna vomit. I throw up like bolts and nuts.
It's
Sorry.
pretty terrible.
Battery acid.
And
God.
eventually you can see that there's one that's the alpha, and it begins to attack the sort of smaller ones, and the other ones just kind of run off away from you into the woods. And finally there's just this sort of last one that is doing that thing that animals do, where they are post-battle, post-fighting, and they're just sort of calmly eating their catch. And you can see that it's taking a moment to kind of lick its wounds and then just go back in to eat this fellow. There are 3 goblins asleep in the tunnel.
The rats are no longer seem to be a threat.
No.
Okay. Live and let live. The goblins are still. I'm gonna.
How long does it last?
Can I run in and 1 minute?
Yes.
Can I run in and grab Sniggbat?
You run into the cave and you sort of go around the body. How long does that minor illusion last? I think it's an hour. No, it's 1 minute. It's 1 minute. As you move past, finally, this illusion of this woman who's been there the entire time just like dissipates. And you
Oh dear.
run into the tunnel and you see 3 goblins. There are 2 that are these lithe, sinewy beings. One seemed to be ready to shoot a crossbow bolt, while the other one had their scimitar out. And then you see Sniggbat behind, who does not have a weapon in their hand. And they're all very peacefully asleep for about another 45 seconds.
I pick up. I get Sniggbat.
Mm-hmm. And
Put my hand on his mouth.
mm-hmm. At that point, you see them wake up and their hand over their nose. And but you
run out.
successfully, and you run out of the cave. I'm gonna say that by the time you're out, Sniggbat, you guys all see Chowder sprinting out with this goblin in his.
I'm saying, let's go. Let's go.
in his hand. And are you guys all following Chowder?
I feel like we should tie. I would. Oh, damn.
He's running
I
away.
want to get away. Yeah, I'm
Chowder's
like,
running
let's
into
go.
the woods.
Rooster wants to kill the other ones while they're sleeping.
Rooster,
kill them in
Rooster,
their
sleep.
what do you want to do?
Kill them in their
I want to go
sleep.
kill the 2 while they're asleep.
Rooster, are you going? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take my 2 daggers and I'm gonna chop them in the heads.
Rooster
I
runs into the
follow
tunnel. Thibodeau goes after
And they're
Rooster.
not daggers. Sorry, they're axes, mini
Hand
axes.
axes.
Hand axes.
Worthy, what are you doing?
I have a rapier.
I'm going after Rooster.
The three of you run into the cave. Chester, you are alone. Would you like to
I'm
run into
still
the
out.
tunnel? Or I see Chowder. I see you just running in the woods with Sniggbat.
I hear you, but listen. First of all, Chester hates rats. Hate. And now the said 10 times a time is the thing. Okay, he's gonna eat that thing. The rat's gonna eat that thing, but then he's possibly gonna chase us
Chester
afterward
is
and tell
talking
his
to
rat
himself
friends.
behind this rock. Rooster and Thibodeau and Worthy, you guys run in.
As I pass by Chester, I grab him like, "You too, buddy."
You grab Chester. Quick, Chowder, make a strength check.
Okay.
And Chester, go ahead and make a strength check. If you're contesting, Chester.
I'm telling you about the rats. I'm telling you.
Oh. I'm just gonna
Don't
say
just leave
that
him here.
Chowder, you try to reach for Chester, and you guys both suck. But Chester sort of weirdly like a wet noodle. Yeah, like.
I'm trying to get my longbow, maybe. It's not
Yeah.
looking great.
And Chester and Chowder, you're just not having it. Sniggbat is waking up, about to make a lot of noise. You keep running into the spot that you guys all were chilling pre this entire encounter. And Rooster, Thibodeau, Worthy, you run in. There are 2 goblins asleep on the ground. All of you roll attack with advantage.
All right.
Waking up in 5, 4. Oh, there we go.
no.
Okay.
Oh God. Sorry.
It's okay.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hello.
Oh.
Chop him up.
Dead. All of them.
Nice.
Run out. You guys heading out?
Can we take their bodies with us?
Thibodeau, you reach
Yeah,
down and grab one
I'm-
of their bodies.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody else taking a body?
Yeah,
No
that
sense
sounds like
in
a good idea. I'll do
Rooster,
it.
alerting
Take
the-
the
You
other
grab
one.
one of the bodies.
I just run.
Worthy, you're running past. You look down at the corpse of Hark that is really no longer there. The rat that's the only one left just seems to be calmly finishing its meal. It looks up at you as you
What
run
did I say
and then goes
about
back
the
to
rats?
it. As you see Chester behind the rock still talking about rats, wondering what folks are doing. You guys are all running past Chester.
I'll
I
grab
thought I was being
Chester.
pulled. I thought I was being pulled by Captain Chowder.
No, he missed.
No, we
so
failed.
No, he
yeah,
missed you.
yeah.
Oh.
So Rooster,
I'm sitting there talking to myself about
Rooster, go ahead and make a strength check.
Don't want to, but
Go ahead and make another strength check, Chester.
Wait, not a save. Was that a save?
Strong goblin.
oh,
Rooster?
sorry.
Oh,
sorry
go
for
ahead.
the
Yeah,
wrong
just
thing.
roll a check.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh no, sorry, Chester.
Rooster and Chester are sort of like wrestling outside of the cave. Chester doesn't. You don't really know exactly which way is up. You're really fixated on these rats. I'm gonna say that after a moment, unless you really don't want to, Chester, everyone is moving towards where Captain Chowder is going.
Yeah.
And you guys make it back to the camp. And Chowder is there already. Sniggbat is just hand over mouth. Just.
I've tied him. I've tied him to a tree.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Hands still over their mouth.
Hand still over my mouth as I'm reaching, going through my pouch, and I take out a little, some orange slices and apple juice, a box of apple juice, and like show it to him with the other like, here you go, fella, it's all right, and hand him put the juice straw in his mouth. There you go, sip, yes, good juice, good, yes,
It's
I'm
gone
seeing you.
in a minute.
All right, give him the orange
seeing ya.
slices.
Thank you. You did it. You did it. You did it. You.
Yes. Yes, we did it. You're welcome. You're welcome, young man. Now, maybe you can do a favor for us. It's only fair.
Do you like?
Well, we'd be interested in getting all of those humans that you're keeping in that cave out of there and taking them home. You're going to help us.
Yes. Yes. I will. I will.
Yes.
Sniggbat will help you. Sniggbat is so happy. Sniggbat
So happy.
is so happy. Just untie me from this tree, and I'll bring you into the cave. I'll show you where they are. Please.
Well, now hang on a second. My comfort level with that plan is a bit low. We'd like you, well, we want the prisoners escorted out, unharmed. We don't want to go in the cave again. We don't want you to trick us.
We don't want to see rats.
We don't want to see rats.
No
Worthy
more.
kind of like pushes both of these two aside, puts a hand on the tree right over Sniggbat's shoulder, and casts the thaumaturgy cantrip so that ominous whispers an infernal sort of circle around Sniggbat's head and says, "Listen, I told you once, and now I'm telling you again, that those who trifle with magic might meet a terrible fate. So don't go doing anything stupid, all right?"
Nice.
Oh, that's the bad cop. Oh.
Okay. Okay, I'll do what you say. Please. Please. I'll do what you say.
Any more ogres in there? Any more goblins? Anything else we need to worry about running out?
The ogres are still there. But Sniggbat has made friends.
Okay.
Sniggbat had plans. Sniggbat just needed some extra help.
Elaborate.
Now,
And you see Sniggbat in this surprising moment exude confidence and say,
Sniggbat just needed to take care of Hark and Hark's rats and Hark's goblin friends. Sniggbat had made friends with the ogres. Now, Sniggbat's in charge. Follow me.
Come again? Follow me?
Follow me. Untie me from the tree, and I'll lead you to where the villagers are.
Well, you're going to lead us. I don't think the ogres are going to take kindly to that. Sniggbat.
I'll go in first. I'll tell them what the plan is. Trust me.
How trustworthy does Sniggbat seem?
make an insight check.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Everybody
Can
make
we
an
all
insight
make
check.
one?
Can I do it? Right.
Yeah,
yes,
everyone.
Yes. Perception. Oh wait, where is that? Perception.
Oh, that's insight. So just above it. It's a different skill.
It's on the next page on the bigger skills list.
Ah, yes, of course, yes. Oh, come on! I was so close. It was so close to something higher. Damn it.
Thibodeau, you know liars, and you know con folk.
Mm-hmm.
Sniggbat's telling the truth.
I take out my dagger. I walk over to the tree. And I untie, I slice the knot off the rope that's holding Sniggbat.
Thank you. Thank you all.
I look over. You sure about that, PeeWee?
I know con men and I know liars. This little one's telling the truth.
Come on. We'll go in the front door.
And Sniggbat just starts moving towards the cave and sees if anybody's not following. Looks back, says, "Come on, come on."
Well, this is our best lead, folks and Rooster.
And I follow Sniggbat.
I follow.
Great. You guys make your
Follow.
way around.
Follow, but in the back.
What time of day is it? Just out of curiosity.
Middle of the night, I
Great
think.
question.
Middle of the night. So
I believe
darkness,
so,
huh?
yeah. It's dark, but there is a bit of a moon. As you look up, you can see that the clouds have begun to clear, and there is a fairly calming quarter moon that shines its light down on the surrounding area. The stars come out, and this monstrous small little figure is just kind of half walking, half hopping, half crawling through the underbrush, just talking to itself, being like,
I knew it would come. I knew they would come. I just kept praying, and I knew that one day Sniggbat would be in charge.
and then Sniggbat moves up around the front of the cavern and says,
Okay, wait here.
Hey, Sniggbat, one question before you go in.
Yeah,
What's the organism?
now, I'll tell you. Just let me deal with the ogres.
and Sniggbat runs into the cave. Waits. You all wait
You
for
ready?
a minute or
Ready.
two. And then you hear these huge footsteps beginning to come towards the mouth of the cave. And here comes little Sniggbat, flanked by these two giant ogres. And they're both still holding their massive war clubs. But they look at you and look to Sniggbat. And Sniggbat says,
Friends,
and one of the ogres looks at you and says, and Sniggbat says,
they're in here. Follow me.
and anybody who's going with Sniggbat? And are all of you heading in?
Yeah, I'll go. Let's get some torches lit. We're well met.
Yeah, mage
Worthy?
hand,
At this
torch.
point.
Something you'd like to do, Worthy, or are you raising
Oh
your hand
no,
to go in?
I was just raising
Okay,
my
great.
hand to go in.
Thibodeau, you light a torch and begin to head into the cave. And as you head in with this torchlight, you can see that this cave is massive. It is as if the entire inside of this mountain is somehow carved out. And as you walk in with this torch, you can see that the top of the cave glitters, almost reflects with all of the dripping bits of water that collect in various small puddles on the ground.
Sniggbat says, there's something that you've been good to Sniggbat, and maybe if we get these people out, you could come back and help Sniggbat take over this cave.
And as you guys are walking, Sniggbat points to one of the passageways and he says,
In there's a big one of those rocks that comes out of the ground. On the inside, it's hollow. And there's this black, oozing thing that when it touches you, or it touches one of your weapons, it immediately turns to dust. It's killed many of us. We don't go in there anymore. But maybe once you get your friends out, you could come back and help Sniggbat.
Oh, maybe. Oh, we'll see.
make a deception check, Captain Chowder.
We'll put a bit in it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Food for thought.
And One of the ogres moving alongside you, you move past that passageway and towards the back of the cave. And in the back of the cave, you see a larger opening. And Sniggbat says, "Okay, wait here," and looks up at the ogre, and says something in Goblinoid. And the ogre says, and moves into the passageway. And it is here that you see, if any of you had walked in, what would have happened. As the ogre walks in, thousands of bats erupt out of the ground and immediately swarm around this ogre. And because the ogre is so huge, you can see it just sort of like batting them away like mosquitoes. And finally just like slams enough of them down that they begin to settle back onto the ground. And you hear screams, cries. There are first 3, 4, 5, a dozen different voices start to just creen at the top of their lungs. You hear the ogre trying to communicate. Sniggbat says, "No, wait!" And Sniggbat runs in and starts saying, "No, it's different. No, you don't understand." And then he comes out of the cave and says, "Can one of you please come in here with me now? It's safe."
I follow in.
You guys head in.
Yeah.
And Thibodeau, you go in with your torch. And you see about 20 some odd folk pressed up against the back walls of the cave. You can see that many of them have scratches and cuts on their face from these bats that they've been trying to keep at bay. They look haggard and exhausted and very confused. The rest of you walk in, and Chester, you recognize everyone.
Probably a few people. There's
And
Daryl,
You see,
Toby, Christopher.
you see Christopher pop off of the ledge. Say, "Chester, what?" And he looks up at the ogre and says, "What happened? You're alive."
I've stopped trying to understand this a long time ago, Christopher.
The rest of you walk in, and one figure comes down. There is a dwarf that comes down that is short as dwarves are, somewhere above 3 feet, stocky, sturdy, with this large belly and these huge mutton chops that come down the sides of his face. He says, "What's going on here?" And Sniggbat says,
I'm Sniggbat. And I'm the new leader here. By my decree, all of you are now free to go and friends of Sniggbat. Hark is no more. By issue of Sniggbat, this cave is Sniggbat's. But everything outside of the cave is not Sniggbat's. And all of you are free to go wherever land is not Sniggbat's.
and then looks to the party and says,
And you, my friends, can come in to the land of Sniggbat anytime.
This dwarf looks to you and looks to Chester and says, Chester, we can go. Is this real? Says, the dwarf turns around, says, all right, everyone, let's go. And the retinue begins to move down from the ledges, and all of you see that these folk are bent but not broken. You all make your way out of the cave, and slowly but surely begin to make your way back to Nightstone.
Can I ask Sniggbat a question as we leave?
Yes.
Sniggbat, how long have you been in this cave?
Oh. Sniggbat begins counting on their fingers.
A long time.
Do you ever remember a woman with raven black hair, a young girl with a laugh like a little puppy, ever coming through for shelter?
Oh. I'm gonna have to roll for real.
Raven black hair?
Yes. Yeah, and I'm just kind of jolted because I'm just so used to. No, I'm sorry. Yes. The little girl.
Sniggbat thinks, looks at the group from Nightstone.
They were alone?
I think it would probably be just the two of them, yes.
I saw a long time ago when I was in the woods. I was off on a long journey, and I made it all the way out to the road, long road. And I saw two folks, a woman with raven black hair and a small child. Now, what direction? North.
Are you sure?
Sniggbat, sure.
Oh, and my legs like give out.
And
Did they say where they were going? No. Sniggbat, no, don't go away.
What? Oh, yes, of course. Let me think. Sniggbat didn't speak to them. Humans don't like Sniggbat. Yes.
I understand. Thank you, Sniggbat. Thank you.
Thank you.
I reach in, I give him one of my little boomerangs.
Oh.
Thank you. I snap it open, flick, toss it over to him.
catches it.
That's yours to keep, little fella. Thank you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And Sniggbat. He got your name. And Sniggbat, as everyone's leaving, goes back to the cave with the ogres. and moves in. And we will, for brevity's sake, say that we'll pick up back in Nightstone next week with the rescued villagers, and all, for the most part, being well, at least for the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been our current week's episode of The Familiars. Thanks again to Brett/Chester Heyman for coming in
Chester.
with our Nightstone villager.
Yes.
And thank you, as always, to John, our resident NPC, who just gets straight
Our resident
murdered.
Sean Bean. Yes.
So sorry.
You can all just imagine what it could have been. Until next week, y'all, this has been The Familiars.
Yes.
Our intent is all for your delight.
Yes.